Okay, sorry, I'm back. I don't really even know where I was, but I know I was showing you how to do sort of a self, if you're looking this way, you're pulling this way on these parts of the C's and opening it up. Same with this way, we're looking this way and we're pulling to go further, okay? Then we can look down and up, down and up. So when we look down, we can pull a little, and when we look up, sort of pull back. But what we want to do, mostly what we want to do, is we want to loosen the neck. So a lot of times when you get a massage, or if you can run your fingers, I'm going to come close so that you can see, we want to loosen the neck and the jaw and the ear, because that helps to relieve pressure and tension on C3, C4, and C2. Okay, so C1, C2, C3, sorry. So when you're getting your massage, you want to go back up into this part of the brain at the back here and push. There's two sides right on the back and you want to push. Okay, so that's super helpful. You want to come along the jaw and keep going. So all the way along the back of the neck, you're going to do self pushes, right? And then down the back of the neck and in and down. Okay, and you can have somebody do that. I would recommend asking your spouse to give you a massage or going to a massage therapy to work out the back of your neck. It's very hard to get the back of your neck on your own except through stretches. So, but we don't want to forget about the front of the neck. So we want to first take our thumbs and we want to start back here with our ear, and we want to kind of press in underneath our jaw, press underneath our jaw. We're coming forward now underneath our chin, inside our jaw, here, all the way out until we're in the front, and then we press in with our thumb. You'll be able to feel a lot of tension. So you want to get in there and hold. You'll feel it, and it'll feel really tight and really tense. And those are spots all the way in, up to your ear, okay? Hold it there at the ear, right at the where it joins with your neck and your jaw, and push and circle, okay? So that's super good. You want to take your fingers and rub it down this part of your neck, right? This is the muscle that always gets super tight, so you can do self massages down your neck. You can just pinch, you can feel them from the front and the back, and you can go down. You can run your fingers along, okay? And then you can do down here. Nobody ever really massages the front, but just below the collarbone here, you want to get up into it. So massage underneath, right up into it. Follow that line right up into this joint here, and follow it, press it, circle, massage it all the way right up into this line here, and pushing in. You'll feel that. And nobody ever really works this side of it. When you get a massage, everyone's working the back and the traps and the back of the neck, which is great. You need that done. But don't forget, when you're doing your self massages, this is where you use your thumbs and you push in, and you'll feel that. You'll feel it, and you will feel the tension, right, that we want to release. And then we want to go up to our jaw. So right in beside our ear here, there's like a little mark, and we want to do circles on both sides, kind of right up. You'll feel like a little spot there. Then you want to come forward, right, if you were to open your mouth, right where the very back of your jaw is, you want to do circles. Okay, this will relieve almost immediately the stress response. If you've ever seen an animal in the wild and all of a sudden they hear a sound, their ear goes up, or a dog, their ear goes up, or a deer, and they stand very still and very alert, and they sort of look. They lift their ear and they look around, and they're very tight. They're tight all through here, and they're just listening. Their other senses are heightened. That's the response that we're trying to dampen down. A lot of tension is held in the jaw when we're expecting something, or self sort of preserving, or trying to protect or listen or identify the source of our danger. These muscles in here get super tight like an animal, right? That freeze response. So we want to take our fingers or our thumbs and get in there in the jaw and open up. and really circularly open that up and hold it. There's a lot of pressure points. Okay, you want to do the pressure points in between your eyes and stick your fingers right in there, or your thumbs, and there's these little dots that you can feel kind of underneath your eye with your thumb, sort of right underneath there, and you're pressing into the bone up underneath your eye. You will feel them on both sides. Don't be afraid to get in there. You're not hurting your eye, you're going up. Okay, those will release a lot of tension in here, but don't forget your jaw. You can even take your finger, stick it inside your mouth if your hands are clean, and massage at the very back where your wisdom teeth are. You can do the outer part, right at the very back where your teeth join. There's like a muscle, and you can massage right on it. You can also massage like on the inside, right at the back of your wisdom teeth, sort of underneath the opposite side of your wisdom tooth. So you're going back, if these are your teeth, your fingers going back over the wisdom tooth and getting in that little pocket and massaging. And then up and along, if your mouth opens here in this section where your teeth are, if these are your bottom teeth and these are your top teeth, right here all along in this section at the back, you're massaging. You will feel that. You will feel serious amount of stress release from your body when you do that. I know it seems weird, but do it. You can press on your tongue and hold and press. It's like an acupuncture for your tongue. It will allow everything to release on your tongue. You hold a lot of tension in this part of your face, your neck, your C's. I would suggest going to a chiropractor, and I would suggest working that out. The other part of your back. So now we've done this self massage on our front. We've done this one, our jaws. Okay, if we still don't have the money and we can't get to or somebody to do our back, then we're gonna need to do them yourselves. You're gonna need to buy a tennis ball, one of these. This one's a yoga thing, or a tennis ball, or one of these balls with a strap in the back, right? You can, in between your shoulder blades on both sides here, are where you can hold this, press up against a wall, hold it still, press up against a wall, and really get into that section on your back, okay? Then for your neck, and you can also do that here. So we want to be laying down on the ground in this section of your back and rolling, okay? We want to roll and press when we're on our back, and we really want to get into those spots here in between our shoulder blades on each by pressing, okay? And then you can come up the neck and you can lie down, and you're pressing kind of on the back side of your head here. Can you see where those are resting? And when you're rolling, you'll be getting this section and this section, right? We're not getting that section, okay? Then we want to lay on the ground with a tennis ball and put it right in the middle, right in the crown here, if you will, and lie down, and you can press and you can feel it all on the underneath side here. You'll feel it. You can move the tennis ball here. You can move the tennis ball here, and you're rolling on your back now. You can even move the tennis ball up here and do like the sides of your head. Go sideways and release and release. So you're on the ground doing these, right? You're on a yoga mat, and I'll just show you quickly. So there we go, and we're rolling, and you can feel that super good. You can move your neck, the ball's back there, and you're gonna give yourself your own chiropractic adjustment, your own self-massage back there by using one of these 3 tools. Okay, you're gonna do your own on your front, you're gonna do your jaw, you're gonna do your neck, you're gonna do the insides, you're gonna do your ear, on the back of your ear, and you can use a towel to adjust and help pull on the sides of the C muscles and get a longer stretch. And then of course you can do head rolls and yoga, neck yoga, and I do have a video on neck yoga if you want to go check that out. It will show you a whole exercise on how to do neck yoga. So that is one of the things, the techniques that will loosen the tension in our muscles and nerves, and the amount of stress that's going, and the autonomic stress response that will go unconsciously
to your brain and cause that to continually cycle when your muscles and nerves are tight in those areas. So we want to try to loosen them. Okay, go ahead and try that. And then I think I'm winding up to a couple of my last ones. So the other one that you want to use is deep sleep. When you're in deep sleep, your stress response shuts down. So you want to make sure that you're getting out in the fresh air, you're getting out in the light, you're doing enough physical activity and walking that you fall asleep at night. Even if you're tired and so tired during the day, you need to be doing enough that you're not restless at night, okay? And when you're sleeping at night, if you go to my sleep video and check that out, it will give you all kinds of tips on how to get the best night's sleep, you know, from blocking everything out to starting with your glasses to making sure no snorers in the room, all these different techniques and things that you want to be aware of. But basically deep sleep is a certain one. So even animals in the wild, after a super stressful event, they'll go find a spot, they'll curl up, and they will sleep. So even if you're having a really stressful event or a panic attack, or your symptoms have gone raging or whatever, after that you'll notice you're super tired and you'll just be super tired and ready, and that might be your body's way to say, I need a nap, I need to lie down, I need to refresh right now. And then you listen to that, because that's your body's way of undoing that stress response and coming out the other side calmer and more able. So sometimes it just needs to shut it down, and it needs to do that in deep sleep. And then if all else fails and you cannot calm the nervous system response through all of those things, then I do the opposite. There's one technique that I have that's called the opposite, and you can call it the white bear or the blue elephant or whatever you prefer technique. So let's just do it really quickly together. So don't think of a white bear. Don't think of a big white polar bear. Don't think of a polar bear walking. Don't think of little kids hugging their white teddy bears. Don't think of little baby white bears. Don't think of all these white bears, okay? So now I've just said white bears about 100 times. So I'm gonna just be quiet and let you sit with that for a few minutes, so that I'm not continually saying white bear, and you can try not to think of a white bear. Go ahead. Okay, so do your best, try your very hardest. Okay, so if you are like most people, you did think of a white bear. Even if you managed to think of something else and distract yourself with another thought, which is usually one of the common things that we try to do, you kept in and out of thinking of a white bear. And the act of trying to suppress that only made it stronger. So by trying not to think of it, it only made the urge to think of it stronger. And so this is sometimes, I feel, what happens in the body is that by trying not to think of your symptoms, and by trying to stay calm, and by trying not to be anxious, and by trying not to be stressed, we actually make it worse. So in certain cases, by trying to suppress, we make it stronger. And this is what people do with anxiety attacks a lot, right? That they try to suppress feeling the anxiety, and they end up having a full-blown anxiety attack, because by trying to suppress something, your body does not want to do that. It wants to feel safe, and the only way it can feel safe is by being allowed to feel and express what it's actually thinking and feeling, right? And if you're always trying to suppress, you're either trapping that energy inside, or you are manifesting it to come out. So I've written down here, like, if you are trying to fight your thoughts and symptoms by ignoring them or distracting them or fighting them or whatever, you are really doing yourself a disservice. So there's two things that you can try. If all else fails, then you're doing the opposite, which is the white bear technique, which is kind of the opposite technique, and it works sometimes in certain situations really like magic, others not, but it's a good technique to try when you sort of have tried everything else. And I say So people say, like, if you're having an anxiety attack or you're experiencing really raging symptoms or something's really distressing to you at the time, the best thing you can do is not fight it, not distract from it, is to accept it. And by accept it, mean like it's just let it pass, let it float through, let it pass, accept that it's here and that your body, and trust that your body will take care of it, and you don't need to get involved or do anything, that you don't need to take action, that you don't need to try to change it, that it's your life's not threatening, you're not dying, there's not a monster coming down, you're not about to die in the next 10 seconds, even if your symptoms are raging, that you're okay, and you're just gonna float through and trust that your body is going to take care of whatever it is, right? So that's one technique, is just to let time pass without involving yourself. Okay, that's really hard to do, but rather than fight or express it, sometimes the only thing that you can do is full acceptance and letting time pass, right? People find that one hard to do, and I do too. So sometimes you can go even bigger than that. If you're finding just letting time pass is just like feels weak or feels like you're not doing anything, oh my goodness, in order to do something like that, you can try to make it go stronger. So you can try to blow it up, make it last longer, make it even bigger, make it worse. And so I hope some of these techniques are helpful. And I gotta go because there was a big bang outside. I gotta go check what was going on, but try these and let me know if they work.